Yeah, go right ahead. Okay, is everybody here who wants to be here?
Who actually is here?
I need an affirmative. Arineis is here. I know that much.
Yes, I am here.
Mont'larin is here. He's
Bathroom, water, who knows?
who knows? Well, I would like to wait to start until we confirm everybody in the party is here. Oh, he's offline. Did his internet die? Did perhaps his computer crashed?
That would make sense. Why? Oh, wait. I saw Mike light up.
Yeah. On my screen, I'm here.
Oh, you're offline for me.
Weird.
Okay,
On the
well,
other
we can
hand,
hear you now.
my machine
unless
is
you set yourself to
memory
invisible
and
somehow.
CPU. So.
Okay, good. In the interest of moving things along, I think we're just going to get started tonight. So last time, it's been a while. We're still going to not do any sort of time skips or anything. We're just going to go over current events. So last time, I believe, was the fountain door
Right.
that was discovered. So Mont'larin and friends found by following a stone slab map that was discovered that had a indicator that matched up with the northern island to a building on this island, and they were able to find what one would probably call a portal to what the grandmother identified as a demi, accessed by jumping in some water in a fountain, a dry fountain that had to be filled. There was evidence of what might be a door in this demiplane, and it seemed to be locked. The party was unable to open it. Mont'larin took note of its particular properties, and they came back home. Did anything else significant happen during this time?
Oh, Nimbus was starting up the scroll manufacturing stuff, so all the wheelings and dealings that could be done while the Redshift was away, and then getting started with what was available while orders were on the way.
That's right. Why don't we count that as your downtime for this time, and then let me calculate any kind of price happenings, and then next time you're in the game, um, we'll get some like payment going.
Sounds good. I figured initially I was just able to make the cantrip scrolls with the materials available in the library and the shop.
Most likely, I'll do out all the map and stuff for you, off screen,
Cool.
and then we'll work out that plan.
Sounds good.
So, a couple other things have happened. Notably, we can pop over to the quest board. We are gonna jump right in. Major thing that's happened is that a large town or larger sized ruin, very clearly buildings, has been discovered to the east, just on the edge of the territory of the Redshift zone that the Commission has explored, and people are kitting up to go explore this location. As well as that, obviously, Soriana has access to potion making capacity now and is looking for some new stuff. And as well as that, this doesn't necessarily generate a explicit quest, and you'll see why. But the Commission's local goblin diplomat, who had been helping them with the alliance that the Commission's been forming with the goblins, off to the west over the river. Some of you have joined this person. I think some of you have gone on one of these missions, in which the goblins have been dealing with undead for a time. Undead goblins rising up.
Yep.
And the cause of this has not been found, but something particular has happened, in which expeditionist Mortier was at this location, and she discovered a shallow cave in one hill. You would have likely heard this from her own mouth, by the way, for context. And in the cave was something like a gate or an archway. And according to the goblins that she was with at the time, they had spotted their mystery man, that you might be familiar with, who had been spotted in this region by some of you all. Nearby the location this gate was, they discovered this gate after investigating the area and called Angela over to help them investigate it. When she did, she was caught in a magical explosion. Fortunately unharmed, bedraggled, crawled back to the goblin camp, Bugbear Chief Betta's camp. Took a day or two to get her bearing, and realized at some point that she was carrying a obsidian colored stone or metal fragment, maybe about 5 inches long and 1.5 inches in diameter. But it has no features to it, and its edges are jagged, suggesting that this object is broken, and it may have been part of a larger half or something similar. She could tell something magical was up with this thing, and she brought it back. She the odd thing about the gate that she found is that she hasn't been able to find it again ever. Even though she knows the location of the cave, the gate is not there anymore.
Huh.
So that's just an event that has occurred. And she thinks it might be wise for people to keep an eye out for strange gates located in dark places that that explode when you get close to them. Maybe.
That's good to know.
Yeah, that's intriguing.
So with all of this information, oh, and one more thing, Mont'larin, you're feeling a lot better.
Ah, nice. Does that mean I can remove the exhaustion?
You can remove your exhaustion. You can take your long rest. Everybody can take their long rests, as they desire. So you no longer feel afflicted with some sort of flu. So that's good. As of today, these are your available quests. If there are any decisions you'd like to make in the fort before you select what you're going to do, please go right ahead.
So, Arineis hasn't been on any missions for the last 2 missions or so. The last one she participated in was the Hive Queen.
That's correct. So what did we do? We did that one, then we did the plant, and then we did the no, we did that one, then we did the flying land, and then we did the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a bit.
So I guess, unless there's something, unless either one of the expedition leaders asked something specific of her, I think that she was either just assisting with food gathering or transport, or was
There's plenty of like escorting and gathering and stuff to do, especially now that the commission has 2 further outposts. So if Arineis has spent a couple weeks located based at one of those, helping them build things up.
because we have a obelisk at Grandmother Dryad's, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think Evan has been around there.
No, you in fact have not.
But
even before that, we do have these 2 other locations.
yeah,
That do require Morio's old place, not as much. The fire elemental keep definitely could use some fortifying overall, some building up.
Then yeah, I guess probably chipping in around there. Either keeping watch for whatever roaming beasts came about, or just helped guide workers up and down the mountain.
Yeah.
To cut stone and build up the walls again.
Would she have gone to visit the worker again?
I don't think so, unless
not of her own power.
Unless Dex asked her to guide him up there.
Okay.
And if that's the case, then we can deal with that.
Yeah, I think what happened is Van has been up there once, and I think that accounts for the one time that contact has been made thus far, and I don't think the leaders have gone back just yet, because it has only been like a couple sessions.
Yeah, a couple weeks, or maybe a month or two.
Yeah. Yeah, you only get like 2 adventures a month usually.
Okay.
That all works.
Did the scouts find anything more in the scouts or excavation team? Find anything more south east of Keep Silex in that mountain area where we found the other Vessian stuff?
Which stuff exactly are you talking about? You mean like
the helmet and the shield?
Oh yes, that. They weren't able to find anything meaningful or valuable in that area. It seems like you guys had scoured it well.
Well, lucky us. Did anybody go up on the island since then, or have they been staying away?
There was one party that went up there. They were able to explore it, and it seems like the structures that you all had covered, the tower, the temple, and the island was sort of a structure, accounted for the vast majority of places of interest up there. And they also reported no sign of that creature that you had spotted.
Huh.
And they weren't necessarily being sneaky about it or anything either. Like they were, yeah, they said it seems like that thing is gone.
Probably knows to stay away.
Now, it has been a bit since then. So one thing that has happened is that Dex has figured out how to activate the beacon object that you picked up.
Oh yeah, I was figuring I would have been able to identify it and try to figure that out myself.
And the way it works is once 2 are activated, if they're synced together, they will both display an image and transmit sound between 2 points, as though you were standing right next to the other one. Now, Dex,
we saw 3 of them up there, didn't we?
No, just 2.
Just 2?
One
Okay.
on the tower and one on the island.
We'll have to get the other one then. Not us right now, but someone.
Right. Now, Dex has You likely would have heard his explanation for the finer details of this, in that they need to be linked up, um, as though by a pipe that would carry magic power, as if you imagined carrying water. Um, but he will tell you that, conveniently, that's kind of exactly how the obelisks work. In that, so he's already concocted this scheme where um, you could consider the world, the planet, the Earth, to be kind of a mesh net, and and then the natural magic of the world to be a Discord is saying I'm red voice. Do I sound like shit?
Sound fine to me.
Okay. The magic of the world is like another finer fishing net below the first one. And if you were to drop a hook in between the holes of the one that you're standing on and pull it back up, you would pull up a single thread of the magic, and you could manipulate it properly and hook it up to something on the surface. So in this way, you can connect the obelisks to the world's magic, and that's how they generate stability. That's how they keep things the way things are supposed to be in the Redshift zone. Kind of hilariously simplified. But according to Dex, because of this very same property, he believes it will be trivial for him to kind of plug these things directly into an obelisk and theoretically start talking to each other through obelisks.
Cool.
At will.
That is super useful.
Yeah, that sounds pretty useful.
And that means you could communicate during the Redshift as well.
Hopefully it does mean that. It'll have to be tested. They're not going to be set up for probably another week or so, but it's a work in progress.
Would it be more effective than to perhaps set one up at the Fort Maricus and one somewhere in the Cradian Empire itself as a direct communication?
Well, they do. We do only have two of them, but he thinks he'll be able to replicate them with a little effort. So
okay.
Yeah, that's probably something that they could set up somewhere back at home.
That's pretty useful.
Yeah.
Well,
What
great.
is it we'd like to do today?
Is there anything he needs from out in the field that would help with that, or is it basically stuff that he would be able to get, or is still trying to figure out what he needs?
Half he's probably going to figure it out as he runs into a need for it, and half he's got it on hand or on order.
Gotcha. Huh.
What would we like to do tonight?
So there are these two potion components in completely different areas.
Although if we're going to be exploring water-bound areas, we may want some sort of, let's call it a fail-safe, in case we get stuck adventuring underwater somehow. More so
Right.
than the other things Soriano's requesting. Besides, I
Well,
don't want to deal with spiders again too soon.
if it's a matter of doing something underwater, that's not a problem for me whatsoever.
Well, we can't all be.
The rest of us are so lucky.
I'm tall, but I'd rather not get trapped underwater somehow.
Just
That's
walk through the
understandable.
swamp and look up.
Get a very long reed. Keep it on.
Yeah, well, yeah. So if you talk to Soriana, she will happily tell you that hydrathistle, since we're on the subject, is found in large quantity around river deltas.
Oh.
So,
Like seaside or
yes.
lakeside? Okay.
So wait a minute. Could you go back to the map for a second then?
Isn't that like right next door to her?
That's not a delta.
You're talking this delta?
That's not delta enough, is it?
Well,
or are you talking in the swamp by Tilda? Or somewhere closer to Tilda?
we're talking that the swamp is a pretty good shot.
Okay. Does she have a drawing of it? Or do I know what it is?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and actually, you can make a nature roll if you want to see if you just know what it is already.
I'm decent at those.
Sure. So hydrathistle is a blue and black flowering flower. It looks like a bouquet, but it's actually all one flower.
Huh, similar to a rhododendron sort of deal. Neat. Okay. For the real world analog, anyways. Huh. Does it grow alone or on bushes? Or it's different way altogether.
Usually
Just like
it'll
each
grow.
thistle its own bush.
Yeah, it'll usually grow in like little bunches of singular plants.
Okay.
But
just so we can keep an eye out.
kind of. If you see one, you're probably going to see a few. But she says there's one thing you need to remember, which is that you need a lot of it for it to be useful for anything. It's the way it's distilled is inefficient, and so you need a wagon full to even do anything useful for an apothecary with.
Gotcha.
How quickly does it grow?
Yeah. Cultivated artificially, you could probably get it to bloom once every 3 months.
That's probably. Well,
if you got a whole wagon full of it, I'd be able to start on a whole farm of the stuff.
All right. So in that case, we'll need a wagon, probably some shovels or trowels.
I could get Nami to loan one out for you.
That'd be.
Or I can ask Lucent to ask Nami.
Either way, we can ask Brigadier.
What sorts of creatures are known to exist near these sorts of bushes?
Well, you got your basic swamp creatures. You got your scalds. You got your slats. You got your hags. You got your
banshees, frog hemoths,
ooblex. Please,
Are
don't
they
be Flex.
Are they swampy?
No.
They
They're
need
urban,
people.
aren't they?
What? Yeah.
They're
They're totally urban. You can get other oozes. You can get ochre jellies.
I, the player, do not like oozes. They're they're not a good time.
It's okay. Your short sword's immune to weapon degradation.
Well, now it is.
Yeah.
Hey, sir,
Yes.
where roughly is that ruin that came up?
Is that the...
This way?
Oh. So we might even be able to get a good vantage point on it if we're lucky. Neat.
Yeah, it occurs we might be able to try for a twofer.
Does anyone have a spyglass? I doubt it.
I don't think we've been able to afford it yet.
No party members, but
Yeah, nobody gets it as starting gear either.
If somebody had been able to, well, if we had a person who could craft lenses and show me exactly the finer points, I could probably have been able to make one with ice, but that would take a lot of work. I don't...
That would be hard.
Simple shapes, but
I don't know if a convex lens counts as shape.
it's a pretty simple shape. It's just a capsule.
It's a pretty precisely shaped one.
Yeah, but there's only, 3 parts to it. It's not like I'm mimicking I don't know, an ice dragon or something.
Yeah, true. I think you actually could pull that off. I just think it'd take a lot.
Yeah, that would be, weeks to months of downtime practicing to pull that off. And even then,
Cool.
Who knows what reliability it would have. No, one day we'll figure it out, or get somebody who just has incredibly long sight.
Find a spyglass in the random encounter table.
Yeah, that's true.
On the ground.
Does it exist?
I don't know. I don't know what's in those tables before I roll the dice.
Yeah, so I say we head out to the swamp and see if we
think
can't
that sounds
find that
good as
ruin
well.
and grab some thistle branch on it.
Less enthused about trudging through some muck, but I think knowing this in advance, we can prepare for it.
Hey, Smitty.
Yes.
Let me get that the bubble cloak. We're gonna try it out to help get through the swamp here.
Thought you'd never ask for it. There you go.
Luke? What the fuck have I been missing out?
Oh yes, the bubble cloak. You probably didn't hear about this one. So I came to the realization that air will act as an insulator and help ward off extreme heat, extreme cold, if the material itself is made in a sealed way, which it has to be able to hold the air. Then it's also going to be able to ward off, sinking in liquids. So I'm thinking...
Oh, it floats.
Yes, so Mont'larin, I think with your heavy armor, this is probably going to be the thing you need to stay afloat with, limited swimming capacity.
I appreciate the thought.
It's a bit bulky to wear.
It is, but compared to being sunk deep in the muck, I think it's... Well, we'll see. We'll let you know how it works.
Shall we head off?
Yeah, sounds good. Are we bringing the wagon then, or are we just looking to spot it this time?
I think we have the ability to bring it.
Like you'll be bringing the wagon.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I thought.
How big is the wagon?
How big are wagons?
It depends. Is it like a garden cart size or, personal travel?
It's like a you'd stash like 4 to 6 barrels in this wagon. You'd
Yeah,
have
so
you'd
bigger
have
than a cart.
you'd have
So
one horse.
Bigger than a bread box.
It is bigger than a bread box. You'd probably have one horse pull this wagon.
Okay.
All right. I was gonna say I can probably pull it. If a horse is gonna come along, I'm not gonna.
Well,
That's
I
up
mean,
to you.
it might be it might take a little effort to get it up out of the muck once or twice, but as we see deeper conditions, I can just try to freeze off the muck or make a bit of an ice
Nice little
sheet to
ice
get
bridge.
over. Yep.
As much as a horse would be useful, I don't want to take care of it,
Makes sense.
That's fair.
especially in an unknown environment with unknown pathing. So I don't know how everyone else feels about it. But that's my take on it.
Well, it's if conditions get bad, there's definitely things we can do to kind of move it along, but I think the issue with the horse as well is that we need to make sure it's not sinking as well as making sure the cart's not sinking. And of course, if the horse is going down, there's not much we can do unless we can cut ties real quick, or I can kind of
Right.
levitate it real fast. But I only get one of those. Not until I take a good long nap, which I usually don't get to do till I get back to the camp anyway.
So no horse
Not
then.
sure.
No,
Oh.
we'll stay the horse. The trouble.
Okay. Yeah, Arineis, you have a pretty high carry load, so your drag should be just fine for a cart.
Push dragger lift 900 pounds.
I think you're fine.
I hope so. Otherwise, that's a lot of flowers we're bringing back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be. They're not going to be all that heavy. Okay. So it'll take you 2 days to get from Fort Marcus to Keep Silent, and I want you guys to roll on the random counter chance one time as you're going over there.
So that's what, a d20?
Encounter check button.
Encounter check button.
Yeah, in the lower left.
Gotcha.
You may press it.
Click clack.
All right.
11.
Fortunately for you, these bright summer days are uneventful. The path you have is clear, and you're able to make good time. You get to Keep Silent just around sunset on your second day. And you're able.
Before we go any further, I've got a note here that I just noticed because my mic was in the way. It said Soriana has poison for me. And is that the paralytic poison?
Yes, that is
Okay.
the paralytic poison. Do you have it in your inventory?
I do not.
Okay. Please add one. Mont'larin, could you ping your copy of the paralytic? You should have your stats.
Paralytic poison.
Oh no, you didn't put your stats and stuff on it. Okay, hang on. I have your stats stuff for it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we didn't get too far gone.
Thank you for remembering. Here you go. You get one of those.
Oh, ooh, that's very small text.
Next one.
All right, I'm going to type this if you want to keep narrating.
Yeah. So you guys keep Silex around sunset. Captain Valir, gnomish expeditionist that you've worked with before, occasionally. has kind of become the go-to leader of this particular keep. He'll help you stock back up and everything. So you guys are full on rations and things before you head out into the swamp. I don't suppose there's anything you want to do here before you continue. Because once we get out into the wilds, it'll be our regular encounter checking every 3 times a day.
Right.
Just so long as I'm stocked up on rations, as much as they'll provide, and I'm good to go.
Okay.
Should we grab any rope to help drag things along if we need to?
I've got.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I don't have any.
I've got 50 feet of it.
Oh,
So
my probably
All right, we're good.
Okay then.
So 6, like, barrels, like 55-gallon drum type, or barrels of.
I don't know how much a standard barrel contains, but I think
barrel of
wagons
whiskey
are
is
something like
53.
their
and a
capacity
half.
is something like 200 pounds or something like that
Okay.
of stuff you can put in them.
Okay. Gotcha. It's like a high-walled, 2-wheeled, maybe 4.
This one, this one would have
No.
4 wheels, but you can still kind of hand cart it. Yeah.
I think what I'll end up doing is, let's see. I've got rope. I've got. Maybe I'll take one of the poles from the tent that I've got on my pack and just lash it as like a push bar, as opposed to trying to.
Good idea. Yeah, don't pull like both straps with your bare hands.
Yeah, no. It is hard, grueling effort. I guess then I'll bring up the rear.
Okay.
I assume neither of you want to walk behind a wagon.
I'm happy to, honestly.
All right. Either way.
Mont'larin is naturally slower because he's encumbered most of the time.
Exactly.
All right. Next morning, shall we head out?
I believe so.
I'll leave it up to you guys to move. Same as usual. So first next is
before we head out, I would probably want to grab like a, I don't know, like a machete or a hatchet or something to help kind of clear through stuff.
Do you have a knife in your inventory?
I do, but it's,
Bigger knife.
Really the same as like a choppy cleary sort of thing.
Yeah, that's fair. So Nimbus isn't proficient in those, is he?
Hand axe is.
Hand axes? Okay.
Yeah, that's because it's a simple weapon.
Okay, then. In that case, you could just buy a hand axe before we go.
How much are those?
Oh, I don't have the prices on hand. Find out.
They're pretty cheap.
Yeah, they're not a lot.
I think it's like 5 silver or 1 gold.
Hand axe is 5 gold pieces.
Oh.
Yep. Nope. I've sunk all my resources into what for, so
You could get a sickle for 1.
Yeah, that would do.
We might have brought sickles with us to
Oh,
harvest the
that's
flowers.
true.
Actually, that's fair. That's a good point.
Well, never mind then. I just used one of the things we brought with us to get through.
Okay, I allow this savings of 3 gold pieces.
Cool.
Now are we ready?
Yes.
Did everybody get their phone chargers?
Phone chargers? No, it was
Don't
pizza
leave them
that
at
I was
home.
getting requests about.
I mean,
I see what you're saying. Yes.
I don't care to elaborate.
Oh, he's saying because we're going
I
to
was
be away from the fort for a while.
doing
so,
a joke.
Yes,
Okay.
the
I
characters.
was doing a travel joke.
And then I was about to make a joke about that, the minivan commercial with the D&D kids.
Ah,
I don't know if you guys saw
I
that
understand better now.
one.
No, it was a little before my time, I guess. Maybe after my time. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen TV.
Yeah. All right, whoever wants to move can move, and we'll do what we usually do: 1 free space, and then assuming you're going at normal speed, you'll get 3 more, which you'll do an encounter check.
All right. So our destination that we're kind of looking is right around here. Yeah, is this where the town is at?
Yeah, the ruins are located over here, but scouts have reported that the river flows south toward the ocean, presumably. So, if you were going for a river delta, you'd probably be aiming more around like here or something.
Okay.
Maybe down here.
Scouts getting high up in this area. How far have they been able to reveal?
That's a good thought. Mostly what I'd like to portray in this area of the map is kind of seaside cliffs more so than mountains. But I could definitely give us maybe this much clarity.
That gives a lot more clarity. Yes, thank you. Okay, that makes a lot more sense because I had no idea where it was bending from there.
Yep.
Okay. So I thought it was continuing to go south. Alright, or whatever direction this is.
Yeah, you can consider this oriented correctly.
Okay. Then if that's the case, yeah, I think just going on the diagonal this way and then seeing what we see as we get there might be a good way to go. As we get closer to that area, I can use Bedeth to help scout further and higher.
Yep. All right then. Players, move your token.
Alright. 1 step. That one's free.
Yes, it is.
Step 2 is an encounter check.
Yes, it is.
Alright. Encounter check.
Oh, cool 20.
Woo-wee.
Can you roll a Can you roll the other button, the
Yes.
encounter button? Cool. Okay,
Please,
so
please no more purple worms.
this is the same hex. You found something else, but there's a different spot in the hex.
Yeah.
In the 6x6 mile area. Nimbus, you trip and fall on your face over an object embedded in the ground. And you look, and it appears to be a container of some sort.
How big?
You're right there? Nimbus?
Yeah, it's something here I apparently missed. What how big is it?
Scroll case sized.
Okay. Is it open or closed?
It is closed.
Hmm.
It's also tap buried. You could excavate it if you wished.
Yeah, I'll probably grab one of the shovels and kind of dig it out.
Okay. You do so. It's pretty easy. You think you could pop it open?
Is it just a box of sorts, or
It's like a tube.
Does it seem similar to the other
a
tubes
scroll
and scroll
case?
cases
Okay.
we've seen?
Oh, it does. In fact, it seems very similar. It's high quality, pristine. The dirt just kind of falls off of it.
So far, these have been pretty safe to open and have some cool stuff inside. So you folks can take a few steps back, or I'll step over here away from you and just for safety open, and then we'll see. So, I don't know, 30 feet away.
Sounds good.
Okie dokie. You pop it open. There is a piece of paper inside. Pull it out. Unfurled. There you go.
Something or other.
Oh, what's their name? The king? Or is this the traveler? Huh.
Hang on. I'm going to get a refill while you guys enjoy that text.
It's a lot of text. Thanks for giving us this lot of text.
For storytelling.
Thank you for saying it's a lot of text. I write a lot of text.
I can't quite read it there. What's that name with the M?
Melith?
Millet.
Arineis has it.
Or it's Melith. I don't know. It's probably not that one. That's 2C team.
Where,
I'm not that bad.
Yeah.
where's Tilda's place in relation to where we're going?
Southwest of us. Well, I guess it depends on.
Oh, right. She's right here.
Yeah, she is in fact labeled.
Okay. If there's an opportunity, I'd love to pass by her place and ask if she knows anything about that name, but we've got some flowers and a wagon on loan, so best stay on track. Is there anything else in the immediate area? Anything nearby that looks like it's associated with in any way? Any semblance of buildings that may have been here?
You can take some time to look if you wish, and it won't cost you anything.
Okay.
But as far as you can tell, this thing must have fallen off a wagon at some point in the distant past, and just thanks to its preservative properties of the magic scroll case, has been able to basically sit in the dirt for 1,000 years and be just fine.
Rockin'. Well, that is useful. We've found a few of these now. This is the fourth one?
Third by my count.
Third.
There is a document section in the
Right.
handouts.
Ascot's numbers are all there.
Oh, right, because the other one was the scroll that had the hidden spell on it.
That's correct.
That's right. Okay. If everybody's ready, someone else can move the token.
Which way are we heading?
Northeast?
No, we're going diagonal to the straight to
So
the
southeast.
yeah, to the coast.
Oh, we're going to the river delta. Okay.
Yeah. Other
Gotcha.
things we
I
could check
figured-
out are a bonus, but we're trying to.
I assumed the whole swamp was the river delta. Not
Nope.
okay.
Nah, 6 mile hexes mean you're gonna have to go a ways.
That's entirely fair. I understand.
I was going to make this map out of 1 mile hexes, but then Roll20 wouldn't have been able to load it. It also would have taken me 2 months instead of 1 month to make it.
That is a fair point. Mont'larin just rolled on the encounter.
Okay, you're safe.
All right.
You're
Last
safe from bad and good thing.
encounter check.
Nighttime rolls around. You take your evening naps. So this will happen in the night. What's watch order like for this party loadout?
Are we sleeping in the wagon?
I'll take the middle two.
You could probably sleep one of you guys in the wagon.
Nah, I can't fit in it.
If you squeeze, you could maybe do a really comfy side by side.
Nah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I really just need a place to sit to trance, so I'm all good.
I got a tent. I'm just gonna use that. It's getting
Okay.
warm. There's bugs around.
That's true.
Yeah, I think I'm also a little sick of being near this thing. We'll just flip it over for the night and shove our stuff under it.
Nice. All right. Arineis, can you roll the other button?
I sure can. Taking the final watch as that has
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. Then it'd probably be first watch for me then.
I think so.
So yeah, Arineis, you're on watch around like 2 in the morning, probably. And toward the start of your watch, you see some fireflies just over on the next hill. There's a bunch of them. And after a minute, you notice they're pretty big. And then your eyes adjust and you start being able to make out more details, and you realize that they are actually on the like 5th or so hill away from where you're located.
Are they? Can I even tell what they are? Are they?
Well, they're coming closer to you.
I think I'm gonna rouse both of the people I'm traveling with.
Okay.
Tell them to be on guard.
Does it look like will-o-wisps?
You said it looks like fireflies, right?
It does look like fireflies. They blink on and out.
We'd seen a will-o-wisp before over Mont'larin's kind of death area.
That's true.
Right.
Yes, they have a similar color, you might say, but they don't have the same intensity. So these blink for a moment and then go out.
We can either hide out in the tent and see if they pass by, or kind of brace for impact if they're actually hostile.
Well, I think hiding sounds fine. I'll just have a arrow knocked on my short bow before.
Okay. Can everybody who's gonna hide do a quick stealth roll?
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna hide in the tent, so like, I'm in a tent.
Yeah, I don't hide all that well.
Oh, I was gonna say we could take your first roll because you're not. Noise doesn't matter too much, but your first roll.
Was the bad.
Okay. These fireflies, after about 20 minutes, have approached your campsite, and you have discerned them now to be each the size of a this session's common comparison, a barrel.
That's too big. That's too big for any bug. That's a lot big.
Other than this fact, they seem to behave entirely like ordinary fireflies.
Thank goodness.
They float around your camp for a few minutes. One of them kind of pokes around at the wagon and then just flutters off. As you're all skulking in your tent, none of them feel the need to interact with you, and you don't think they. After another 10 minutes or so, they've.
You're cutting it.
Huh.
Oh, I apologize. Let me fix that. There we go. After about 30 minutes, they've moved on.
Okay.
Barrel-sized fireflies, huh?
I think after, if they were in camp for 30 minutes, probably.
I think I said it took them 20 minutes to get there and then 10 minutes before they were fully gone.
I think, once they got within spitting distance and they were just giant fireflies, would have probably, came out and laid in the grass. Because that's not something you see every day.
Okay. When you get out of your tent, so they're still here. A trio of them is kind of fluttering just above the tent. As soon as you stand up, they scatter in all directions.
What's up?
But
okay.
If
Ma, pick up the phone
for a moment, they stop.
Sorry, people on Twitch.
Float back to where they were.
Oh yeah, I would have just sat right down on the ground and not moved.
One particularly curious one gets very close to you at one moment. You get a very, very close look at a bug. They're big enough that they glow pretty bright. They're like full-blown campfires.
All right. That's pretty cool. Pretty snippy.
Yeah.
They'll go away after about 10 minutes, so move on.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a cool sight.
All right. Does the evening finish with that incident?
It does.
Okay.
It is now morning.
Back to bed, everyone.
All right.
What did you guys do for eating meals that day?
Just the ration.
Yeah, I think just the rations.
How many did we have?
You would have been able to pile up to 3.
Okay.
So now you're at 2. All right, up to whoever wants to move now.
Same order as before? I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. If you want to start moving, start moving.
First X is free, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
First time's free.
So really, we're talking about going like there.
Yeah.
This trip is full of excitement. Please roll something for me.
Is your breakdown only like 1/4 encounters?
Ooh.
1/3 encounters?
No, it's a lot less than that. Okay. You find a sphere of rocks and dirt hovering over about 2-3 feet up in the air over a bare dirt circular patch.
Oh,
And it glows quite brightly from within the dirt that has clotted, and the light shines through the various crack holes. Just it is stationary, but rotates gently.
do I sense anything from it?
Let's see. Celestial Fiend or Undead. It's not one of those.
All right.
That almost screams explosion. But I don't know. I say we just kind of make a note of it and give it a very wide berth.
I'm not sure. Tell me more about the shape of the dirt. Does it look like it's got a certain pattern to it, the way it's been cut out?
Why don't you give me an investigation check?
Yeah. And specifically looking for perhaps some communication or message or otherwise from the plane of elemental earth. Investigation. This one. Okay, there we go.
Okay. It would seem to you, upon closer inspection, that it's not something that's been written, really. But it seems like, based on the composition of the orb and the dirt beneath your feet, that the debris from the ground around this thing kind of been like sucked up into a ball that is now floating in this spot.
I'm gonna step back maybe 15 feet. And recommend everyone else does as well if anybody's any closer.
All right.
And generate at a slow flow rate so it's controllable. Just a few gallons of water that I can create into a thin disc, a thin wide disc about 5 feet around.
Okay.
And put some of the residual water underneath it as kind of a current to more or less water roll it along to go right beneath the orb between it and the dirt.
I understand. Doing this appears to have no effect on the orb.
I'm going to start raising it up until it starts making contact with the orb.
Okay. When it initially contacts the orb, you don't notice any effect really. Uh, um, you can move the water 5 feet per turn, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, does it say what happens if you run into an obstruction?
Um, not really. That's
One would assume a light object is pushed and a heavy object prevents your movement.
it's
So,
that if I'm able to create a current that's strong enough to push water 5 feet in 6 seconds, and keep it in place
uh-huh.
there, then whatever amount of force that is basically. The only
Okay.
limitation is actually, here's the other thing. While the moment that it's made contact, that gives me one indicator is this isn't actually some sort of a living creature.
At least not one that's reacted yet.
Well, no, if it was any sort of living creature, the magic would simply fail because I can't control water in the 5 feet
Oh, that's
proximity.
right.
So it would just like, bleh, I would lose control.
As you're pushing upward, why don't you make me an Arcana check?
Okay.
Um, the force that you are required to exert to push this thing up, receiving some unusually powerful force in the opposite direction.
Hmm. So it was attractant to the dirt that composes it, but is repellent to other forces.
Are you going to keep doing what you're doing, or are you going to stop or change?
No, I'm going to just let that water all, fall away.
Okay. The
Um,
orb returns to being nondescript.
I'm going to try something else. Everybody, continue to stand back.
Okay.
Let's see, what was my range? I'm going to get to 30 feet away and fire a geyser at it. Not directly at it, but kind of to the side, so it would deflect off in a different direction if it hit it.
I understand your intent. Can you just make me like a that's normally a saving throw for the creature.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just do you have a ranged attack on your character
Oh,
sheet
yeah.
somewhere?
There you go.
Good. Oh, cool 24. All right. Um, so you hit this thing where you want to hit it,
Mm-hmm.
and um, you cause some of the dirt to be uh, blasted off, and a powerful burst of magic follows that dirt, and then the orb gets smaller by about an inch.
Oh,
Hmm. I could probably melt this thing away and we could figure out what's at the core.
certainly seems that way.
Well, then, continue to stand back, knowing the volatile nature, and I'll try to keep my
I'm
aim
gonna get
true.
myself combat ready while I step
Yeah,
back.
you might want to keep a shield up. All right.
Okay, you continue blasting this object the same way you were, and as you do you're basically cue balling it faster and faster. Um, at a certain point, um, there's a it gets very bright, the orb, you have to squint or avert your eyes to endure it. And what would be the best way to describe the sound that it makes? Probably like a thundering drum beat. There's a boom as you think you cause it to reach some sort of critical mass, and it just, the whole thing kind of gently explodes outward, and all of the remnants of the dirt and everything else just collapse onto the ground.
Is there anything left of it?
A puff of smoke.
Huh. So it was an earthen bubble?
Something. I have no idea what that aberration was, but I don't know if that was necessarily the right solution I came up with there. Oh well, if we see it again, we'll do something different.
Yeah, exactly.
You successfully removed the object.
Right.
Which, may be a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it was growing into something terrible.
Yeah, that could have been the second son that comes to eat us all. So, could have been for the best.
Shall we continue?
Yes.
I believe so.
That was fun. It's step then encounter.
Yep. We're
baby.
on hex number 3 for the day.
Boink. And then encounter check.
Okay. Afternoon is A-okay. Uneventful.
Right.
Evening/nightfall?
Nightfall indeed.
Alright, were you about to ask something?
Yeah, I can't remember what did we determine from last time that Badath gives me an extra hex's worth of range, or is it more just better information within the hex?
You'd see something coming, but you're not going to get a whole extra hex just because they're so big.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember how we played it last time, but that's
if we were doing like perceptions for being stealthy, then you'd get advantage or something like that.
right. Okie dokie.
Alright.
So
Click. Check.
All right.
If
you make camp. You enjoy your camp.
excellent.
The sounds of evening are ever louder in the summer, and
What sort of alright, so on this like edge of swamp,
yeah.
what sort of game would be here, if anything?
That's a pretty good question. Probably foxes, possibly deer still. Birds, for sure.
I think I would probably try and just. I assume we're making a fire just to ward off bugs and any chill.
yeah.
But I think instead of helping make a camp, I would go off and. Oh, thanks, Mont'larin. Probably try and go hunting in some capacity.
All right. How do you want to do it?
Well, I don't have much by way of like kind of bow, but that's it. That's not too bad though. Let's see.
How close to the camp are you going to be staying?
No more than a mile away.
Okay.
Probably no more than half a mile away. Just far enough to get away from the sounds of the fire in the camp.
Right, that makes sense.
Probably then try and either shoot down or capture some like pheasants.
Yeah. Okay.
Whale. Those have an analog in the D&D.
What? They'd be the same, really. Just like horses, doggos. Why don't you give me a survival for tracking first?
Survival for track. Can do it. Set to normal and no advantage, disadvantage. Okay.
You are able to find the remnants of some tracks of birds that have likely been here recently. Sort of what you're looking for.
Sort of what I'm looking for. Okay.
It doesn't. You have to go. You have to go a little bit further out from the camp. But once you do, it doesn't take you too much longer to find. Okie dokie, Mont'larin. It doesn't take you much longer to find a trio of yeah. We'll go with pheasants.
Okay.
They are currently earthbound.
I'd like to try and keep them, but maybe I can only catch 2. I'm gonna very slowly. I think I had my bow out while I was doing.
You said you did.
Okay. So I'm going to very slowly aim at one of them, probably the biggest looking one.
What's the regular range on your bow?
To go into edit.
80, right?
Let's see. Yeah, 80 and 320.
Can you give me a stealth roll to get within 80 feet?
I can. Turn off it first. Look like it might work. It depends on if it's contested or not. You know.
It could be contested by its passive, right? Let's see.
I totally get it.
Where the hell are the? Okay, that'll do for the. Unfortunately, you are having a hard time sneaking up on all 3 of them, and at least one of them seems to always be looking in your direction. And when it spots you, it squawks, and all 3 of them take flight.
All right. Am I still within 80 feet?
I mean, you're within disadvantage range at the very least.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. All that matters is I eat a ration or I get pheasant.
Yeah.
Maybe I get pheasant. I don't know. All right, so click down disadvantage. Short bow. Probably not.
Oh. A 9 is just short of hitting a bird.
Oof. All right. Do I have more than? Do I have time to get off another shot? But they fly out of range, or
Let's see. Well, I guess their flight is only, well, they'd be dashing, but that's still only 100. So yeah, I guess you get one more.
Okay, so final shot.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, there's one.
What the heck? Wow. Well, I guess I'm assuming 7 is enough.
Oh yeah, seven will be enough. Don't worry.
Okay,
Um,
so I'll run over before any scavengers show up.
yeah, you get one bird.
Well, it's enough to supplement the rations, so
It is.
I pick up 1 arrow.
Yes, you do.
I'm back to 24. And then I'll sort of defeated head back towards camp. And start cleaning it further away, but taking the taking the
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
you can help prepare food for the team, and
Yeah.
that'll that would probably save you. I would expect that would save you a full day of rations.
for all 3 of us. Okay.
You know what? I would say one of the others would probably have to have gone foraging, perhaps, in that time to supplement this. So if nobody was doing that, it could substitute 2 of the rations.
Okay.
So that's up to the other guys.
I was most likely setting up camp and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Tents and all.
Yeah. In that case, that bird will substitute for 2 rations.
Alright, well, I'll eat one of my rations then.
In that case, Mont'larin and Arineis are for free.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. And with fresh food for once, you get a good sleep. And it is the 5th day.
Alright.
Into uncharted territory we go.
Yep. Speaking of...
Now, tell me where you want to... actually, it won't matter. Yeah, go ahead and move where you're going to go, and then I will clear the way.
Alright.
Okay. Free space.
Another.
So, things are getting swampy. Fortunately, you're not running into anything out here. The sounds of wildlife are abound as you get out of rolling hills and wooded areas and into tall grass and mud.
All right.
Afternoon eventually rolls around.
Cool. Whoever wants to keep us moving.
Yeah. Can we still sort of see the direction the river's flowing in?
You are not near the river yet.
Okay. Gotcha. So encounter check.
No issues throughout the entire day. It's a smooth sailing day.
I think there's
Hiking,
right?
dragging a wagon. No dragons to be seen.
I don't know if dragons are even real. That's in jest because I know Naya's a dragonborn.
Well, they're unrelated.
I thought it was some sort of ancient ancestor deal thing, but
No, don't worry about it.
Okay. They're unrelated and it serves you.
That's just
I think the lore that said that was also the lore that said they had boobs, so it doesn't matter.
Ignored. Perfect.
Okay, Mr. Nimbus. Well, first of all, anybody doing anything special as we're setting up camp?
This time I'm planning to set up quickly and go join Arineis hunting with Badath as well to try to spot things and
Okay.
close out
Cool.
stuff.
I'll watch
with,
her stuff.
Frostbite if he misses. Arineis is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big, tall Goliath lady.
right.
Okay, Arineis, I assume you're going hunting again.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd rather not have to. We're quite far away from any camp, so
That's true. We are a ways out.
Scarce on the way home.
Why don't you, in this case, since Badath is helping, make a survival check with advantage for track. Oh.
It did a thing.
Oh, perfect. You find a nest, like a den, rather, of a small creature that you believe would be perfect if you set a trap. The nocturnal creature will probably step right in it as soon as the sun goes down.
Excellent. So I think then got some. I can probably fashion it.
Do you have any? Do you have any trapping tools?
I've got fishing tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I can make staves out of whatever brush is around and use as like a pen or as a stick to hold something in place.
Yep.
Torches. The rest is I've got a blanket in the form of a bedroll, but the rest is up to you.
Well, I guess. So imagine that you have a den that is kind of just built into a little tiny mound of dirt that perhaps has a lot of tall grass growing around it. Not much in the way of rocks or trees in the vicinity to latch onto. So, what kind of trap would you want to set here? Describe your idea for the trap, and I'll have you make a roll, depending.
Probably some sort of probably a figure 4 trap where you set up two staves or 3 staves in the shape of a 4 with a heavy object or blanket or something perched on top of it, and the stick acts as like a trip lever as the horizontal beam. Hang on, is it this one? Yeah. So that serif on the right side acts as a trip, knocking the heavy object onto the unsuspecting creature.
Okay, sounds good.
Looking for like a not quite cantaloupe-sized rock. Enough to stun it.
What sort of roll do you think?
I mean, I could just make it out of ice.
That's true too. Perfect.
Okay, done. What sort of roll do you think would be appropriate for creating a design trap, right, or setting it up?
Um, maybe wisdom, sleight of hand.
Okay.
That sounds really dumb.
No,
but
I
don't
think
know.
that's perfectly fair. Let's do it.
Okay.
Or you could do survival deck if you want.
I
I
like
think
the
those
sound of survival decks better. If only because I know it gives me a numbers. But that's
does it give you
that's
more
on-
numbers than you are allowed?
Okay. So survival decks it is. I'm just going to roll a thieves tool check because it is
Yeah, because you're proficient and it uses dex. Yeah.
yeah. I think
Cool.
I did it. I have advantage on still. The first number was a 10, which gives me an 18.
Yeah, I think either of those are going to be okay.
Okay.
Cool +8 to your skills, by the way, at level 4.
It's expertise, but also +4 dex mod. I'll take it.
Yeah. So you do have to wait, and you do have to watch. But in the night, or as the sun goes down, as expected, a fox creeps out of its den, sniffs around the new object that has appeared in front of its den, and is quickly trapped by the large chunk of ice.
Excellent.
And I assume
Before-
you are somewhere less than 100 feet away.
Yeah, before it can kind of recover and run away or hide back in it. Go over and probably
Chunk.
just slit its neck
Yeah,
because I don't have an axe, but that's okay.
chunk indeed.
Um,
Okay, you've got a fox.
one food, Les.
All right.
If that's going to be a bit lean, but that's okay. Well, I'm assuming that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would figure one fox could probably cover the party for 2 days,
Oh, fantastic.
unless that doesn't make sense to people who know better than
No, a big healthy fox. I mean, they get
Yeah.
fairly big.
they do.
I'll think of a way to preserve it then.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'd say, can you gentle repose it?
Yeah.
Nimbus has ice, so
He's
I
got
have
gentle repose.
gentle repose. The only
Excellent.
weird thing is don't mind like it not quite decomposing your body as quickly as you expect, because the magic is going to be fighting it.
Just sit in your stomach for a while.
Yeah, I mean you'll get all the nutrients out of it. It's just it'll take a little.
That's a level 1 spell, right?
Yeah, ritual.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good. One thing that I wanted to inform you of, because we are at this location, is that you can tell that the ocean is here.
All right.
We are just close enough that I'll just show that one.
Nice. And with a nice clear flat view at the kind of by the ocean here, I wonder if we'll be able to kind of gaze
we can
across.
Those. Here you go.
Yeah, see if we can gaze across the coastline before we leave the area and see if we can see a little further across, at least to know what the shape of the coastline is.
We'll give you that much.
Cool. That's helpful.
And I guess in that case, that way.
All right.
There we are.
nice.
Oh, hey. That looks like part of a delta.
Hey Nimbus, can you roll the encounter button though?
Oh,
During your
yeah.
watch. Cool, thanks. Okay. So you all the night goes uneventfully for all of you. and when you're packing up camp in the morning, you spot something that wasn't there before, and none of you had noticed it until just now. Whoever was last on watch didn't see it, and when you put away the fire and you started rolling up the tent and getting the wagon flipped over, that was when you noticed, hey, there's this wooden obelisk just sitting here in the off on the edge of camp, about 25 feet away.
Well, now. I'd want to investigate that.
Well,
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Looking closer, you notice it's a wooden obelisk with a glass sphere atop its head. It's about 4 feet tall in total.
This strikes me as something outside, very outside of my expertise. And I will defer to some of the more...
Inside the glass sphere, because it is transparent and clear, are dozens of smaller spheres.
Like bubbles?
Yeah. But not like floating. They're like a
Static.
Static stacked toward the bottom.
If you folks don't mind waiting a few minutes, I'd like to identify this.
That can be...
Is it safe for me to look through it while you're doing that?
I don't know.
Is it safe for me to... Yeah.
As long as you don't touch it, nothing will happen.
Yeah. I say I don't intend to touch it. I just want to see what it does to the light on the other side of the sphere when I look across it.
So Nimbus sits down to cast his spell. Mont'larin, you
for the casting of it, by the way, I am going to be touching the very base of the obelisk the entire time because I have to be in contact
yes, you
with
do
it.
have to touch it. Yes. Well, when you touch it, nothing bad happens. You don't get electrified or anything like that. You're simply touching wood. Mont'larin, looking around, just going around. I mean, it looks and behaves like any glass you've ever seen.
Okay.
You're not sure how these marbles could have gotten inside. It seems very secure and contiguous. There's no marks of fusion on the orb.
Is it affixed to the obelisk or hovering above it?
It is affixed, yes.
Got it. Okay.
You can't quite see how it's affixed, but when you're looking at the base there, you notice that on one side of the obelisk is a slit about 1.5 inches tall.
Oh, interesting. How wide is it?
5 millimeters at best. Got
it. Okay. Does it seem deep? Can I even tell?
Yeah, it looks deep in that it's dark. You can't see the end of it.
The back of it.
Yeah.
Interesting. If nobody else noticed, I'll point that out to the rest of the party.
Okay.
If a key or something goes there.
Yeah, I don't even really know what I'm looking for.
So what am I able to discover about it?
After 10 minutes, so can you pop the text for identify in the chat?
Sure.
So let's see. Okay, you learn its properties and how to use them. Now, what you get from this is a little more vague. You get the sense that this object wishes to, if a non-sentient object could have a wish, if you might call it a purpose, a design, the purpose of this object is to entice and then punish greed.
Interesting.
Entice and then punish greed. I wonder if what this. If somebody tries to forcibly unlock it, for example, if that's exactly what this would require, that it instead traps them, and what we're seeing in there is, in fact,
Try to take it.
Yeah, those who are trapped to try to take it or figure this out.
Very interesting.
Which would also make sense why we didn't notice it before. It might have simply manifested itself here, seeing that we're somewhere in its presence.
Right.
Oh, we should probably warn folks to steer clear of this. I think I've personally been close enough to it for long enough here.
Yeah, I don't feel like I can gain any new knowledge from it, and I certainly have no intention to interfere with it. So,
All right.
I'm not willing to try and open it either. So I think. Mark where it is. Leave well enough alone.
That's probably for
seems
the best.
wise to me.
Besides, at the coast here, we can start moving inland, and we'll be sure to hit the delta at some point.
That's true. So just keep going east.
Sounds like a good idea.
That was just the first roll of the thing, right?
That was the last roll of the night. You're in fact on day 6.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, you get a free space.
So
this is the place, as it turns out. Here we are. Let me pull you guys in here.
Oh my. Okay. Neat.
Well,
Has it been like this the entire way? Just kind of boggy.
this is sort of where you guys have just entered in terms of. So as of like today, or maybe parts of yesterday, you were getting into areas where the ground is low, sea level is very nearby. There is mud. It's kind of difficult to find a dry route through where you want to go. But so far, it hasn't been too hard. As you come into the river delta, you are obviously in an estuary, and things are now wet in a lot of places. From what you've seen, just like coming up on the west of all of this, these are fairly narrow bands of water. The banks are muddy and grassy, but the water itself is not that deep in most places. You expect probably over here, that seems to be where much of one of the main branches of the river is located.
The primary outfall.
Yeah, over here though, like this crossing over here, probably less than 5 feet deep. Plus short enough to just hop if you really wanted.
We're clearly leaving the wagon here.
Yes.
And you do see a handful of hydrathistle located just nearby.
That's what.
So let's talk about these undead-looking things.
Oh, that's right. You also see some undead-looking things just kind of shambling about in the swamp. From where you are, they appear to be skeletal, rags hanging from them. Not really garbed in anything notable, not really carrying any kinds of notable weapons or anything. They are empty-handed. But they are shambling, and they don't seem to care about you if they've noticed you. Kind of just going around aimlessly.
Okay. Well, I feel like we should get started. We should collect what's nearby.
Yeah. At least gather it up in the cart. There's a lot here.
So you're going to
How
need
many
to
sickles
gather
do we have?
10 pieces. 10 of these items.
How many sickles do we have?
Oh, between I would assume you took one each, probably.
I would have grabbed one for sure.
Seems reasonable. It's not too hard to grab one of these things by yourself. It's not really a bush so much as it is, like I said, like a bouquet of flowers, but it's actually a single plant.
Right. Okay. I guess I would head over to these guys. Oh, I move very slowly with my armor.
That's fine. We're not in turn order, so you guys can go where you want to go. To a point within reason.
Yeah. As I get here, it occurs to me I have one arm.
Correct.
So I'm gonna cut them, and maybe hope somebody else can help me pick them up.
Yeah, or you could like cut them and then like stash the sickle and then scoop them up.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, just to keep things simple, I've still got my disc behind me.
What?
Can Badath,
I've still got
Badath carry a whole sickle? Can Badath carry the weight of a sickle?
No, I said I've got my my disc behind me. So we've
weird.
got the wagon, but that's still chilling. I've just got the disc hanging out behind me.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were a tense.
Yeah,
Tensors
we could.
floating to-
You could finally put up a thingy for that if you want.
A thingy.
Yeah,
A
like
token?
a token.
Oh yeah, let me do that. I don't have one handy, so let me just draw a little.
Yeah, just a circle.
There you go. Actually, wait, you draw it because then you can control it. You can't control one I draw.
That's right. Draw a shape.
Hold Alt to do a circle
Mm.
or an ellipse. Okay.
They stay, was it 20 feet back?
I don't know. I don't have the spell handy. But you two get to work on collecting these 3 hydrathistles. Arineis, what are you doing?
I am going to take a sickle and head back to the south one.
Okay.
And be bound across the bog and work my way. Yeah, I think that sounds like an idea. I'm going to bound... Well, stop me if I've gone too far, but I'm going to head to this bunch's down here.
Okay, I'd like you to stop because you've gone too far.
Okay, move me to where you think I should go.
Yeah, let's put you right there.
All right.
Okay. Real quick, gotta check one thing. Yeah. So before you step foot in that water, you notice eyes in that water, scaly, peering eyes.
Oh,
Gator wrestling.
That would be a sport she's invested in, wouldn't it?
I mean, she's never seen whatever that is.
Okay.
Crocodile, alligator. It's a big, scaly, beastie thing. So that's pretty neat.
It's a dragon. Obviously.
Can I make a Tiamat with it? Ah.
It's like the a component of the lesser Tiamat. The Tiamat light that you can get for $1. You spot a second one as well, by the way. That one rolled very poorly on his stealth. You can tell it was trying to be sneaky, but it like got excited when it saw you and like flinched in the water. Your mic is off. I'm sure it's intentional. Hello, welcome back.
It is because I spilled something on my shirt and had
Great.
to go to the bathroom.
So you saw a second one.
Yes.
It got all excited when it saw you and kind of popped out of the water a little bit.
Okay.
They're not rolling initiative yet. They're being crocodiles and barking.
Then keeping an eye out for any movement. She's going to kneel down, still with sickle in hand.
Yeah.
Take this bunch of hydrathistle.
All right, so we can pop this stuff back up here. Oop. And I assume at this point, Nimbus and Mont'larin have gotten at least 2 of these.
it makes sense. Yeah.
And then what, Arineis?
She's going to calmly, but loud enough for Nimbus and Mont'larin to hear. Like, there's some river monsters, it looks like. They're big. They're, well, you might be able to see them. And kind of...
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys are within a few feet of each other so that you're not screaming across the swamp.
Well, it's only like 40 feet or so, right?
Yeah.
50 feet. Not screaming, no. But gonna give those alligators a wide berth. So it looks like we have to either deal with the creatures we know are dangerous or the creatures that we can't see that are also probably dangerous.
You saw at least one large tooth.
One large tooth?
At least one.
At least one.
You only saw him for a second.
Okay.
Counting's hard.
It sure is, especially when they all look the same. Okay. Has any just posing the question, if has anyone seen, trying to point to where it was in the swamp, that's back underwater, where it's like acting like a stick or
Yeah.
some dead brush.
Yeah, there
You
are
said
a few
one of them
logs
was-
in the water.
You said one of them was failed real bad, right?
Yeah. He kind of popped out and then sunk back in.
Oh, okay.
We have
I'm just
Badath
seeing
kind of
things.
fly over from, fairly high above, inconspicuously.
Do you want to do a perception through Badath?
Yeah. Let's see, what's our range here?
You're getting pretty close to that 100 foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay. So then let me do perception.
Does Badath have advantage on that?
Let's see.
For being an owl boy?
Well, I'm going to be doing it through Badath's eyes because I'm within 100.
Yeah, I think that means you get his powers, right?
I get to use his dark vision, but and probably his stealth bonus if I was stealthing.
Don't owls have hang on, I have his
Silent
character
Flame.
sheet.
Oh no, it is hearing insight. You're right.
Yeah,
Hearing
hearing
insight.
insight. Yeah, okay, so you
then-
could just do another roll and we'll advantage it.
Sure. Let me move this away. And we'll do said perception. No, I'll take the first
Oh, well,
one.
okay, 18. So, Badath sees those two large creatures. Badath also sees something bigger.
Oh, damn.
Currently, 6 massive snake-like heads are asleep on various mounds of mud in this riverbed. The body is fully submerged, but from Badath's vantage point, you can tell they're all connected to the same body.
Oh boy. That's a large snaky boy.
Sure is.
Whew.
Well, I see a couple ways to proceed. The first, with extreme caution, not waking up that big creature in the back there, and kind of working our way around as best as we can. And the other option is that I don't expect any of these things spit or jump. And so I could simply hand over power to Badath for a couple of minutes, and after 2 minutes of strafing runs, I have a feeling everything here will be utterly obliterated. So we have subtlety or total annihilation.
Was Badath able to see which islands these heads are resting on?
Yeah.
The effective range is within 5 feet of that token.
Okay. All right. So close by. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I think if we, well, now that I'm over on this side of this reed bank, are there more of those sharp teeth in here, or is that?
You want to make a perception check?
I will.
Okay, go for it.
No advantage, which is right by team.
All right. What you see is not a bog dragon, but you do see a very, very large skeleton compared to the ones you see over on the other island.
Being. Oh. Oh my.
It is fully submerged, but you think you see it move a little bit.
This
in the
seems
muck.
more. Well, you know what? No, I think we might be able to handle it. I'm worried about making a little too much noise, but I think we might.
Oh, 2 large creatures. I wonder if we can get them to fight it out.
Okay.
I don't mind going after the skeleton guy.
If we want, we can. Well, I think while this conversation's happening, pluck the last. There's 4th hydrathistle and put it back with the wagon. But we can skirt around to these Zambons here.
Uh-huh.
Just staying as much on the bogs as we possibly can. And then see where that gets us. That's an option as well.
Sure.
I don't really know. Does anyone have any ideas or preferences? Preferences are to start.
I like this plan of kind of crossing this way a bit and taking these guys out.
All right.
Huh. So take some things out, but with subtlety.
Yeah, if we can lead Snake Boy and his Gator twins out of the fight, I'd feel a lot better.
All right.
I assume at some point during this conversation, this item has been moved over here.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, 6 more.
These are, well, I guess if they're 5-foot bushes, those are pretty big.
take them as a representation of what they truly are. I can't make things smaller than 5 foot squares.
Oh, I know. Well, I guess
Muck. Muck is fairly conductive, yes?
we're by the ocean, right?
You are.
Not that Arineis knows about.
Because I wonder if I can simply electrocute that skeleton, reduce it to ash. I don't know. Let's try this method. I'm willing to try a little subtlety. Worst case scenario, we can always run away, and I can, while we've been talking, I've been mentally plotting out a few different flight plans for Badath. I can just let him destroy everything himself. This actually be really fun for him, I think. But, that's a plan B.
So you figure out that the river at this point is only a couple feet deep. It would not be hard for you to just trudge through it. Mont'larin does so. Now, once you all get over to this point here, I will ask you to do stealth if you're being stealthy. We'll see if these skelly boys
Are they just kind of
meandering. Yeah. They don't have a great passive perception.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hide in the reef. Maybe away from one more. But
Nimbus, give me a stealth roll.
All right. Do we want to try to draw them over here?
Guess you're not doing so because they are
blissfully
unaware.
Shall we cross the river? Or cross this?
So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna say let's roll initiative over there, and we'll include the skeleton.
Okay.
Spent so much time making sure I was so well hidden. This is a really nice hiding spot. Comfy too.
All right. Well, skeleton number 1 gets to skeleton number 1 is in fact surprised, so doesn't do anything. So Badath is up first. Badath is going to do anything at all.
I think Badath is just going to stay back and kind of observe for the moment.
Okay. Mont'larin has a turn.
Alrighty. And I will ready an attack action for if anybody gets within 5 feet of me.
Okay. Arineis, you're hidden.
Okay. I think I'm going to cross these reeds. I can actually make it up to this thing on turn. Do I want to do that though? Let's see.
You also have a cunning action.
That's true. Yeah, you know what? Let's pull up in 3, 4, 5, 6, and just take this thing by surprise. And
So I believe that gives you advantage because you're unseen, correct?
well, it is surprised. You said, right?
Yep.
Okay. Advantage, and that means sneak attack applies.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Nice.
I think.
Neat.
Well, something is happening at the very least. And it's a magical short sword.
Yes, it is.
If that makes a difference.
Not for this friend. This friend is deleted.
I am using its body to hide as a bonus action. Just kind of holding it in place.
Okay. Can you make a stealth roll again?
I can. I'm gonna turn off advantage though. Hit.
Nice 10. Nimbus, you're up.
All right. So that one's dead. Yes.
The one I'm just kind of like
Yeah.
holding, is super dead.
Let's see, how far away is that? Alright. Dimming them as much as I can, taking a low, wide trajectory to try to reduce view as much as possible. The one that's south of me, that's on the other island, is going to be magically missiled.
All right.
Ooh.
5 times
3.
3?
Yep.
All right. That's a dead skeleton.
That was simple.
Indeed.
That being the case, there's not as much contesting. I'm gonna kind of move up to here, and the disc will end up trailing. Whoops, let me grab the disc. Let me grab the disc. Roll 20, no.
Thanks, roll
Do
20.
you not have control over it? Do you have to click on the... you got it. Okay.
No, I don't got it. It got somehow.
Get got.
Just do a select over it.
Oh, whoops. Derp. Shit. Fuck. None of this is working.
Change your zoom level.
Yeah, that might help.
Draw a new one, but give it a filled center so that you can click on it.
Oh, good idea. Or that. I can't shrink it still, but it's here. Okay. That's it.
All right.
Do you want me to roll for stealth again, or am I not really being
If
contested much on it?
if you're hiding, go ahead.
Okie dokie. Yeah, good enough.
Okay. Now what will you do? We're out of turn order for the moment.
I'm gonna harvest this area for this one.
Oh, they're both.
Bam.
Cool.
This is going to go down to this southern one.
All right. You both harvest those.
Yeah.
All right. Bam. Bam. You have 7.
I will take a moment to walk these ones back.
Okay.
You said these things are just in rags, right?
Yes.
probably grab this thistle over here.
Just be careful.
Probably.
Assuming nothing tries to stop me, I'm
Well, let's see. How far away from this are you? 30 feet. That is in range. Are you gonna try to access this with stealth?
yeah,
Can you make a roll for it?
I can.
Oh, all right. Let's see what this Minotaur does. See how good is his. Let's see how good is his perception. Not great. Not great. So Mont'larin, what you're seeing right now is like the glint of the malice in the eye sockets, but it's like a huge skeleton that is just, you think it's like halfway embedded in the muck underwater, and it's covered in plants and shit, so it's just not moving.
Got it.
But you can see the malevolence either way. It just seems to have not noticed you to such a degree that it cares enough to move.
Right, gotcha. Okay, I assume harvesting that thistle will be that.
Yeah, you can do that fairly quickly and get it taxied all the way back up to the top. You 2 more.
Yeah.
What's the plan now?
Probably the two to the south would be the
Yeah,
safest.
so.
Just need to again be very careful with these skeletons. Stay on the far side of things,
or as close to silently across. Waterway as possible.
Roll around in the mud so they don't notice you.
That's not the way that works, I don't think. Oh, you are the DM, so that might be the.
All right, so go to where you're all gonna be before you leave this island, and then we'll have you move, and then we'll.
Well, here, I'll take a moment. The 2 squares below me, I'll just freeze them so we have a safer platform to walk across.
Oh, okay, very good.
Sounds good.
All right.
So then, why don't you all roll stealth going into here? Lauren's kicking ass at stealth today. Let's see how these
It's all the
skills-
mud. It makes the armor less squeaky.
Oh yeah. Cool rogue.
It do rogue things.
Uh-oh.
Duh. Hold my beer. Duh.
I'll take it.
That one's just in the flowers. You think it's stuck.
Skeletons.
Sniffing them. I hope.
Get them all gross and cartilagey. We can roll initiative at this point again.
Okay.
Let me delete all you guys first. There we go.
All right.
I don't want to get deleted.
Oh, okay.
We are ready for this.
That's pretty spicy.
Please roll for Badath.
Yep.
Aw.
There we go. And at this point, Badath would probably be somewhere around here. Probably just hanging out on
All
top of one
right,
of
so
the
the one wisdom skeleton rolled a 21 initiative, so way to go for him. And now it's Arineis' turn.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Should just. Let's see. It's still in range. Far away. Oh. So got to cross the stream. Six. Wait. That should be within short range. Would this attack also have advantage on it?
Well, that one's not surprised anymore, but you are hidden, which I believe means you would have advantage, right?
I'm aiming at the one that's stumbling. Flower. I don't.
Yeah. So that was the one who actually got the first turn, so it's not surprised anymore.
Gotcha.
But it also doesn't know where you are.
Okay.
So does being hidden?
And I know it gives me sneak attack. I don't know if it gives. It might.
Let me see. Hide.
I haven't
Combat
had to
hide.
look at my player's guide in a while.
Following the rules for hiding. Let's see. Make a dexterity. Can't hide. Gain advantage on an attack roll before you're seen. Yeah, okay.
Cool. So it doesn't see me.
It doesn't see you.
So, where'd you go? Click advantage button, short button. Yes. Okay. 18 to hit.
All right. 16 damage will do it.
Cool. Lower ammo count. Then, well,
Anything else on your turn?
So I can bonus action dash. So hidden in or somewhere in this tall grass.
Okay. Got it. Do you still have a cunning action to hide again?
That was my action.
Wait, what?
I used my cunning action to dash.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
To that spot.
Cool. All right, Nimbus, you're up.
All right. So the one to the right then hasn't noticed me yet either?
Correct. In fact, it's still surprised.
All right. Well, let's roll that. I guess that's probably going to hit, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what? That will not kill.
Okay.
Also, what damage type was that?
Acid.
Okay. So you deal some damage and you melt chunks of its bones and rags, but it is still standing. Now you just noticed. Although technically, I think it's still surprised.
I think I'll just stay put then.
All right, Mont'larin.
I'll step right there, and I'll ready an action for if anything comes within 5 feet of me, I'll attack.
Okay. Let me get rid of that other skeleton. So now this one was surprised, so it misses its turn. And so it's Badath's turn.
I think Badath is just gonna stay hidden up there. That'll be it.
Okay. Arineis is up.
And it is no longer surprise. Yes?
Correct.
Okay. Then at this point, it's probably just worth it to shoot at it from my hiding spot. Did that chromatic orb hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I can get that thing to highlight, that'd be nice.
I guess actually for the
Ooh.
sake of being pedantic.
Does that hit, sir?
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say in case it did crit.
A 9 does not hit.
Damn. Yeah, I got nothing. That's gonna be someone else's. I'm gonna try and hide in the reeds. That's.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
What? I don't know, but.
Oh, cool. I don't think it can detect you. I think it's impossible.
Excellent.
All right, Nimbus, you're up.
All right, I shake my head and fire out another low, quiet set of magic missiles.
All right.
To
It
eliminate
died.
the last one.
Yeah. You got him.
Well, so long as we're quiet, we should be able to get the rest of them and get out of here.
Okay. I think that can be done, right? Are we still?
You would be out of initiative now.
All right. Let's sickle these two.
I think that'll work.
Okay.
And then scoot.
Hell yeah.
Get the heck out of dodge. This is a lot more active undeath and reptiles than I want to deal with after
of the
5 days of travel.
This skeleton here, as I kind of passed by, are there any marks or symbols or anything that I can discern on it?
It is very, very much water damaged, and if you wanted to take several minutes to investigate, you can make an investigation check. But
nope, just in passing.
Okay, yeah, you're not getting anything after that.
Hanging out here, not gonna be like, hey guys, wait a couple minutes. No, we're getting the hell out of here.
All right.
Along with the tensor's disc.
Yep.
Good one. All right.
That's following along. It's just harder to select.
We have 10 hydrathistle. Hydrathistle?
You've got a wagon full.
Yep.
A wagon. Which is good. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
Yeah, now then, we don't have to head straight home. In fact, I was wondering if you'd be interested in having us go visit Tilda on the way back.
That would be a nice distraction. She's close enough.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Let's see if she...
And at least it would be nice to rest indoors, away from some of the bugs, away from some of the giant fireflies. As cool as they were kind of creepy looking.
Usually when bugs get that big, they do kind of look pretty creepy. Like giant fat lobsters.
Oh, that sounds really tasty. All right then. Let's move map. Ooh, we're all the way up there. And so that was I'd say you've got 2 hexes left for today, so it would take you 1, 2, so 2 and most to get back to Tilda, or 3, 4. So it's gonna be 1. You're adding a day of travel if you go visit Tilda. Looks like.
We'll do the sickled thistles have a expiration date, or are we just able to kind of keep them wet and keep them alive?
If they do, they're creatures, and I... Wait, did we determine whether I can do that with plants or not? Because they don't have eyes. I can't remember.
I don't think you can with plants.
Okay. So then it would be a matter of probably trying to keep them as fresh as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would be an extra day out of, like, 5 days of travel that it's going to take to get them back.
Maybe we should just go straight back then.
Okay.
That being said, straight back is going through some new areas, so I feel like that would be worthwhile.
We are going straight back to keep silence, right? Okay.
We can clear some of the area we passed on the way back.
Okay.
Yep, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Did a chart of the area,
West, right?
scout it out.
Besides,
Plain side, I'd imagine.
be kind of happy to stay out on the coast. It's been, gosh, I only really ever get to do that when I visit back home, and I've only done that once so far.
All right. So how about we do this? You guys just move, and we'll chart your path, and then I'll just calculate the time later.
All
That
right.
was 2,
So this would be
Yeah.
where we set up our camp.
Yeah.
So we...
I can
Why don't you, like...
fish? Wow.
Oh yeah. Why don't you leave a circle on it?
A circle
And
on...
on the hex, so I know how many days it takes you guys to get back.
Oh, okay.
And then you can continue wherever you're gonna go.
Well, we can eat the rest of the fox tonight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fish for the morning,
Yeah, probably a good idea.
or fish for the rest of the days.
I will let you do that for free.
Okay.
It's getting late.
All right. What's in my fishing tackle? In the chat. Maybe I should just spam the chat.
All right. So, whoops. I don't mean to use the shape tool. Let me destroy that.
Does not say in the note.
All right. So nothing while we were resting.
No, we're not gonna do encounters on
Okay.
the way back.
So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12 gets us back. And then we would rest there.
Sorry, which hexes did you go through exactly? Was it
It's-
just the 3?
Yeah, just the 3.
Oh, okay, got it.
Not too big
All
of a
right then,
detour.
I can count that. Then that's just no problem. Okay, so we will say you get back to the fort. The redshift starts at a certain point, and generally speaking, all things go well. Oh no. No. Good. Fixed. All right. You're able to deliver the items. So what you're going to get from this is everybody gets paid 20 marks.
All right.
Everybody gets 1,000 XP.
Wow.
All right.
That
And that's that.
is a lot. So that's a 5.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
1,000 XP.
Still a ways from leveling up, but
Not far from me. I'm only less than
1200
500.
ish.
Pretty close.
Any seriously sized encounter. Ooh, look at that.
Alright.
I don't think we could have taken that 7-headed monster there.
Well,
Yeah, that felt a little out of scope, so to speak.
like I
It
said,
looked-
if it can't
it-
jump or spit, it actually can't really stop the death.
It looked too comfortable sleeping in the middle of the day,
Yeah.
surrounded by other creatures and undead, to be, let's call it, a fair fight. Maybe one person per head. I would have felt better. Acting.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even just having one more in our party would have left me more confident. Because, like, if that's what I think it was, like, that's a pain in the ass to burn down. Like, table talk, I'm pretty sure that was a Hydrae. And if so, like, every turn you cut off a head, you get 2 more until you burn it all the way down to 0 HP.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I was going to give it 20 rounds of 3d6 Dragon's Breath before we actually engaged with it.
Nice.
I don't think I can do slashing damage though, so anyway.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is the fire damage from the Dragon's Breath would have prevented it from growing new heads, right? Aren't
Yeah.
Hydra's, or is that
Yep.
trolls?
That's
It
could be both. I think you're thinking of Hercules. He cuts off the Hydra's heads and burns the stumps.
Right, exactly.
That might actually be Heracles at that point. Okay.
Damn, I'm
Yeah,
like
that
200
went
points
well.
away from Lolo.
Thank you for bearing with the scheduling. So I'm gonna schedule things for next week, and then things will continue, and we'll play D&D.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Thanks for the
guessing,
session, man.
I'm guessing
For now, I'm
the
gonna
one that you were talking about. Oh,
Yes.
damn fucking microphone. So or actually it's Discord in the cutting out my voice. We were talking about the idea that we were gonna have maybe 6 people next time, but I'm guessing that was contingent on whether
That
or
is
not we
contingent
discovered
on
that.
certain events, and those events have not happened yet.
Yeah, I figured that was discover the town, and there's some shit there. We did not have a full party though. You don't have to reveal it. That's just my guess.
Yeah.
It's either that or something in the lake. But
Yeah, could be.
either way, hopefully the water breathing potions help.
Yeah,
Totally.
quite effective.
All right.
Cool.
Oh, thank you for playing, guys. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for
Right on,
hosting.
man. Thanks for the session.
Bye,
Glad
everyone.
we're back on track with things here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Have a good one.
Later, guys.
Popped out. See you later. And you watching on Twitch, see you later.